I feel like we just did the Brady Bunch. Dun. How about now? Can you hear me? You guys hear me good now?
Yeah, we got you now, Nick.
It was picking up a different mic in my room.
Well, we are live right now.
Oh, we're live.
Yeah,
live
Nick
and in color.
Here, so I feel weird doing intro. Nick, go ahead.
Welcome to a special Thanksgiving Eve live special with your Scoreboard Addicts podcast. As you can see, we've got a new layout because we've got a new collaboration going on with Belly Up Sports. If you haven't heard of Belly Up Sports, well, you have now. Look for them. They're out there. We are working with them, and it's going to be a phenomenal relationship. I can't wait. I feel like I'm channeling my inner Avery right now. The man, Aves, number 1-6 for the blue shirts, who are currently beating the Islanders, and I love it. TJ, talk to me.
Oh, yeah. All I know is the fourth line is getting it done right now, boys. Are you seeing this?
Yeah.
Rooney with 2 goals tonight?
Yeah, let's do it.
But, everybody
amazing.
Terrified if Reeves gets hot.
Listen, Reeves, who assists on the night? Reeves to Rooney, baby. The RR. I love it. And you know what? I don't want to hear the haters. I don't want to hear the Islander fans saying, oh, we got the COVID shortened lineup, blah, blah, blah. Great, whatever. We were going to catch crap either way. If we lost the game, it was going to be, oh, the Rangers suck, blah, 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 blah. We win the game. Oh, well, it's not fair. We'd beat you straight up because all our players are down. What? Old man Chara's not on the bench? Who cares? Come on. Let's get real.
They were losing.
The Rangers are rolling hot. Okay, who's floating at the bottom of that list? That's right, the Islanders in their IBS arena.
I was going to say, most of the time, if you have IBS, you are floating somewhere.
And you know what's funny? The traffic, apparently their new IBS arena is like incredible to get there. And it's just like really hard to find parking.
It is really right next to the Cross Island.
Yeah, it's horrible.
It's like on the, I drove to Long Island 2 weeks ago for a wedding. It is on the Cross Island. Like you could see it as you make that turn from when it turns in, from the Belt Parkway into the Cross Island. You can see it right there. And I shit you not, I sat there and I'm like, wait, am I in Queens? I was like, 'cause that's an NYPD cop ready to pull me over. But that's IBS Arena. I can't be in Queens right now. So that cop was way outside where he needed to be. It was weird.
Well, give us your first take. Were you impressed by this brand spanking new arena?
From the exterior, it actually did look nice.
All right,
it
fair enough.
It kind of reminds me of, I'm trying to think of a good comparison. There's another. I want to say it reminds me of Citi Field, the same color, and it's got like green beams around it, like holding it up or whatever. I think at least that's what I remember. I don't know. I went to
that's a good matchup. Citi Field and IBS Arena. Where dreams go to die.
Well, since we are, starting this, this is one of the things we've been following for the last few days, the last few weeks, was the Manalapan Township page.
Oh, yes.
Yes. The long local nightmare of the Manalapan Town page is finally over. It is no longer the Big Black Cock fan page.
Sad to see it go.
It's now Manalapan, resident fan page again.
Yeah, how boring and bland. I mean, come on, they had a great thing going.
Big Black Cocks.
And the best part about it is that the township, the residents are actually upset that it's back.
They should be. Listen, with that name, they were attracting new, colorful, happy folks coming in there to share different things, not just Manalapan. Manalapan's boring. Sorry, it's a nice place to live, I'm sure. Boring. But when you have the moniker of Big Black Cocks at the top of that page, you're getting some interesting folks.
That's true. That is true.
It's probably the most exciting thing that's happened in Manalapan in years.
Definitely.
I'm trying to think if there has been, but no, I don't think there has been. But now, because of this, we are now, our partnership with Belly Up Sports, we're actually going to start a merch page. So we have a couple ideas that are coming up. One of them is going to be the Caco Tuesday, which I know some people actually liked it on a Twitter page.
They should. How do you not like Capo Caco and Tuesdays?
And tacos.
Listen, that goes without saying.
I mean, like anybody who doesn't like tacos needs to be taken out back and shown a thing or two. Like,
yeah, it's an incredible trio. So one of the other ones,
everybody knows that's where you get the best tacos is out back.
Yeah, and one of the other things we're going to make is a Manalapan Township page. Not Manalapan Township page, but Manalapan Township shirt that has just a big black rooster on it for anyone who wants to get in.
That's just classy. I mean,
that's class.
We're here trying to put Manalapan on the map. I mean, It gets no better than that.
It's a new logo. You know, it's like a new.
It's a fantastic logo. They got roosters out there.
Yeah.
Big veiny black roosters.
That reminds me of DX when it went like PG-13 and they had a shirt that said Vince likes roosters or Vince sucks roosters or something like that. Or, I don't remember. It was like Vince lollipop rooster.
Dude, that when WWE WWF went PG-13, I think all our childhoods died. That was it.
Yeah,
that was absolutely
it. You love WWE as a kid, especially as a young man, because like when we were like 10, 11, 12, like you might see some titties on Monday Night Raw.
It was
Armageddon 1999.
Yes,
like,
was that Miss Kitty? Yes,
it was the greatest moment of like my tweens. Like it was amazing.
Yeah, dude, listen, you didn't have to sit there and hold down the remote numbers to try to get the Spice channel all grainy.
I just want to say, I just want to point this out. Like it was Armageddon 1999 December. Matt, back me up on this. I know you're out there and I know you're watching and I know you know what I know.
that one's stored in the memory banks for all of us, I think. I mean, monumental occasion.
Lita was naked on when Edge
had a blanket, but that doesn't count.
No, but it did slip out a little bit when we were on that blanket.
Listen, the slips are there. Incidental boobage or butt cheek, it happens, but that was just straight out. I'm walking out into the square circle, if you will, and I'm pulling them out for all these fans and everybody watching at home. And it went down. I believe Jerry the King Lawler jumped in the ring and tried to throw a blanket over her. Like
that was his wife.
Right. What's this crazy bitch doing?
That was his wife.
Yeah. I mean,
put those away. The puppies.
It was crazy of a storyline, though, that Edge was celebrating winning the championship by having sex with Lita in the middle of the squared circles. It was
got to push the envelope.
Yeah, I didn't get that at all. But
nobody did. I think they just did it because Vince was like, yeah, okay, let's do it.
So we appreciate the comments while we're doing this. So please comment on the video. But we also have two so far now. We have Joseph Coe who's going to join us later.
All right.
He said
Rangers hockey.
Kreider with goal number 2. He's going to talk. Hopefully the game will be over by then. By the time he comes on around 10:35ish, we'll find out to come to. Should be, but he's just said Kreider with goal number 2, and then the math guy just reached out to said good evening. So good evening to you, math guy. We know
what's up, math guy.
But talking about wrestling, we saw this week some craziness. A fan attacked Seth Rollins.
Yeah, I caught a little bit of anger out of some folks on Twitter because I rated that whole exchange of 5 out of 10.
I concur.
I mean, listen, I'm basing it on the very simple Triple H incident, okay, where Triple H versus Stone Cold Steve Austin, and while Triple H is laid out in the ring, I mean, he was taken out of that match. Stone Cold was going in for the win, and a crazy fan runs into the ring, and Triple H, out of nowhere, jumps right up into action and stomps the shit out of that guy. So bad that Stone Cold... Then the ref was throwing in some boots. That ref was like, you want to pay me $10 an hour? I'm taking it out on this guy. Okay. And Stone Cold said in an interview, I just had to stand there and watch. That guy was taking an ass whipping. I couldn't get involved. Felt bad for him.
Babyface.
Yeah, he was the babyface. He couldn't get involved. That guy got destroyed. So on that basis, okay, of fan interaction with a WWE wrestler, the Seth Rollins incident, and I got to give that guy credit. Guy's an asshole. Okay, trying to get involved in that's like standing up and trying to jump in on Les Miserables or Cats in Broadway. You're ruining the entertainment. You're trying to get involved in something you shouldn't get involved in. You're ruining the act. Okay, but I have to say this: that guy threw a monumental spear. Okay, he came flying down that ramp like it was part of the show. No entrance music, was just coming in hot and put a spear on Seth Rollins, and all Seth Rollins could do was tuck and try to cover up and roll himself out of there. But I give him the style points for trying to play it up to the crowd after he got out of there. Get this guy out of here. What the fuck? You want to challenge me?
Do you think
I give him the points for it
now? Think they give him a contract?
I think that guy I think that guy caught a sick beating as he was being escorted out.
Yeah,
absolutely. It was from what's her face too? Seth Rollins' wife.
Yeah.
Becky Lynch.
Yeah. You saw that picture of her like leaning out, looking like, all right, I'll catch this guy.
Yeah, I forgot they're married.
Except she said it all Irish.
yeah, she's a badass though. I wouldn't want to catch a beating from her. So.
But yeah. So moving on from the wide world of wrestling.
Oh wait, I forgot because it's Thanksgiving Eve special. You guys have your drinks with you, right?
Was this my first
I've been
show?
drinking. Obviously, yeah, it's not our first show. So anyway, since Thanksgiving Eve, we all know what happens Thanksgiving Eve.
It's amateur night.
It's amateur night. Everyone gets really drunk and wasted. So play a little drinking game here. Anyone touches their face, because I do that a lot, drink. If you say no offense, because we say that a lot. And then what was the other line?
Not for nothing.
Not
for nothing.
Time.
Yes. And lastly,
and TJ and I are the biggest culprits.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
And
not a strong vocabulary.
Yes. And lastly, if you go on a rant about Brett Gardner at all, you got to do a shot. Because I can't hear.
Oh, that's so unfair.
I can't do another Brett Gardner rant. We did it three weeks in a row, one by TJ, one by Nick, and then both of you guys got into it.
But you know what? That's unfair, because is Brett Gardner gone? Have the Yankees said they are not picking him up yet?
We don't know.
No, we don't know. So he's still in play. I think that's unfair.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with TJ on this one, because I will always say, how do I not talk about Brett Gardner this week when they cut Clint Frazier? And Brett Gardner was a major thorn in the existence of Clint Frazier. I mean, we sacrificed the potential of Clint Frazier for the greatness of Brett Gardner, who's a surefire unanimous first ballot Hall of Famer.
Wait a minute. You guys have to do a shot. Come on. you got into it.
I was filling it up right here.
Yeah, you're like, I gotta talk to Brett Gardner. I'm gonna talk about Brett Gardner. I'm gonna take a shot already.
Challenge me to a good time.
Can't happen.
So all right, before we move on again, though, just for everyone to see what one of the shirts look like, I just want to do a quick overlay right here.
Right over my face.
Right over Nick's face and my face. TJ.
That's a good cover.
This is perfect. So there's the Caco Tuesdays, a little taco on the bottom. So we're gonna be in the process of making one of those. Maybe we'll make it a little better. I don't know. TJ made these, so we'll see.
Oh, thanks. So I guess there's always room for improvement, right, Rook?
No. Yeah. I'm willing to say that was a combined effort. I shot the phrase that I heard somewhere, and I was like, I'm pushing this. You were like, we should make a shirt, and then TJ said, all right, here's what the shirt should look like. It was a combined effort. Everybody had a hand.
It was a combined effort, and I do like that a lot.
One-handed clap for the boys.
Yeah. So we got a couple more. I have a bone to pick with you boys when I come on. That's from Joe Sakoa. So maybe we'll just scrap his segment if you want.
Kicking bones.
No.
Bones. And then
I enjoy getting bones picked. I love it.
Then the math guy asks, is this a show, a spinoff of an old show I used to watch called The Beat? I don't know. I know who he is, but I don't know. I don't get the reference. Do anyone know what The Beat? Is that a real thing, or is it probably? It's probably an inside joke, and I totally forgot about it.
I don't know who the math guy is.
He's a friend of mine. He's Eddie. Eddie,
you got friends.
Not Big Eddie. Different Eddie. You checking your teeth?
No, I'm checking your teeth, guy.
You do it long enough, somebody will. Oh, is that considered touching your face?
No, it's touching your teeth.
I don't know.
No, I really actually had something. Well,
you did.
Part of your face.
You know, I'll take a drink because
you should.
Rangers are playing real sloppy tonight. A lot of penalties.
Yeah.
You know what? But a couple of them pretty soft calls.
Well, we'll go into a Rangers breakdown once the game ends and we get Joe on. But so speaking of Thanksgiving Eve, this is part of the segment we wanted to do is talk about Thanksgiving Eve drunken specials or just drunken nights. I know I've done it plenty of times. I don't know if do you guys have any stories? Crazy drunken.
We got a pretty decent one together. We went out. Me and you. We have two actually. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I was there, and I know what you're talking about, but I don't know what you're talking about.
Two of them. Well, I mean, first and foremost, we discovered the Funky Elephant Thanksgiving Eve together.
Yeah, well, so
we stumbled in there.
So wait, were you there with Vanessa that night?
Yeah, you, and Vanessa.
The three of us went that night.
Yeah.
Holy cow!
Yes.
Shout out to Jerry Agro, our dear friend.
Absolutely. That became a haunt for a while. I mean, listen, that place was so in the mix. Me and Nick, while we were working out, we were pretty into it at the time. We used to ride our bikes around Staten Island.
Yeah.
And then how do you end a great bike ride working out, trying to lose some weight? You go into a bar and drink your face off. Yeah. We usually got in there for a Sunday brunch, steak and eggs, and then we'd walk out of there pretty sauced. And I'm pretty sure you can get a DUI for riding your bike drunk.
You can.
See, that's bullshit because they should at
Good
least
times.
change the name. You're not driving.
No, but you're operating heavy machinery while.
Okay, a bicycle. My bike weighs like 40 pounds. It is not heavy.
Not even 15 pounds.
Hey, listen, I don't have a problem getting arrested or something like that. I have a problem with you calling it a DUI. I am not driving. I am riding. It's not even motorized.
I know. I get what you mean.
But yeah, we did. We would bike, what, 10, 15 miles?
About 15 miles.
More than that, yeah.
About 15 miles. And then we would
do a boozy brunch.
Absolutely.
Pound back mimosas. You know?
Some mimosas.
Some Bloody Marys.
Bloody Marys. Oh, yeah. Yes, sir.
But that was Thanksgiving Eve, like 2000 and
right. So when we discovered the Funky Elephant, I believe it was the same night that we went out. We were bar hopping on Forest Avenue. I think we went to Burrito Bar. I believe we were all over the place. And then the reason why
Wild Goose still open back then?
I believe the reason why we moved on was Wild Goose got shut down that night
by some fucking auxiliary cop.
They went in there, and somebody must have been pulling a fake ID nonsense, and that place never opened up again.
Yep. No, what happened was some auxiliary cop went in there like undercover, trying to get brownie points, and tattled basically. Piece of shit.
Listen, I mean, I'm
that guy
I'm
can never get a drink in this borough again.
I'm all for law and order. But there's certain nights of the year where you just kind of let it go and you look the other way. And Thanksgiving Eve is that night. Everybody's there to have a good time. And St. Patrick's Day. I mean, come on. You got to be a real jerk to be pulling that nonsense.
Absolutely.
If it was a random Tuesday in February, all right. Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah. But St. Patrick's Day, amateur night, like, come on now. It's just too many people to sit there and try to sit there and put order on people. You know what I mean? Like,
I agree.
Just touch my face. Damn. At least I'm honest.
Well, the only lawyer who is.
Boom. Mic drop.
That's rude. No, one of my favorite stories. We went to me and the guys. You guys know the rest of the frat pack guys, but we basically went down to the Wild Goose. I pre-gamed with Wild Goose. Yeah, the place across the burrito bar. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I pre-gamed with just Jameson on the rocks like an idiot. Then we got there and I was doing the Corona with a shot of lime tequila in it or lime rum or something like that.
No, it's Bacardi Limon.
Bacardi Limon, yeah. Bacardi Limon, mix with the Corona, and then like you mix it all around. Did a couple of those there, and I don't remember the rest of the night. Apparently, I had confused Matt for a zombie, and I was talking about how I'm gonna have to break Matt's head open. He's gonna attack me.
That's a big head to be breaking open.
The middle of Forest.
I believe you left out the part where you took mushrooms or LSD, but sure. Bacardi Limon will do that to you in a Corona.
I did not, but it was a really bad night. I think it was the last time I ever went out for Thanksgiving Eve. Because I actually missed Thanksgiving the next day. That's how sick I was. Oof. Like I missed the holiday, which is like, all right, this is total amateur hour.
It's okay. You're not into pies anyway.
Oh yeah, I don't like pies. We'll get to that because we'll talk about
unbelievable
the next segment. I mean, unless you guys have any other stories, we could get into our Thanksgiving discussion.
I have a Thanksgiving Day story. It wasn't really a story. It was just a really great Thanksgiving Day.
Getting drunk?
No, my sister and I went. It was Thanksgiving. We got tickets to Jets Bengals. Back when the Jets were good, and it was the game that Brad Smith ran back a touchdown with one shoe on a kick return. And
Thanksgiving Day game, huh?
That was a Thanksgiving Day game, and I went straight from Thanksgiving dinner, boom, out to the stadium. We watched Brad Smith run a kick back with one shoe.
When was
that, motherfucker?
What year was that?
You tested me, guy. I don't know. I'm an old man now.
Because the other time the Jets played on
it had to be like 10.
Day was the butt fumble.
Why would you even bring that up?
We're talking about Thanksgiving.
I don't understand why would you even bring that up, though?
Great Thanksgiving memories. One of that is the butt fumble. So.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. And the fact that everybody can't let that shit go is just tired. It's boring. It's boring. Let it go. The butt fumble. He hit somebody in the back and he dropped the ball. Like the butt fumble. Oh, he ran into his ass. No, he didn't. Watch the play over again. He didn't. Flat out didn't. All right. It's been 10 years. Everybody's saying the same stupid bullshit every year.
Nick, you got to let it go.
Yeah.
It's not your fault.
Yeah.
Don't do that Don't
Nick,
do that to me, man.
It's not your fault.
True. Not you.
It's not your fault.
God.
All right. Well, if there's no more other Thanksgiving Eve stories, let's get into some of our Thanksgiving. I guess some of the arguments we've been having today is the best Thanksgiving food, which one you eliminate. TJ's about to disown his cousin Brian about this, but I guess basically Brian says to get rid of the mac and cheese. TJ says to get rid of the green bean casserole.
Absolutely.
I say get rid of pies because the main event's the food.
Did you say get rid of the pies?
I hate
That's
pie.
what he said.
What the fuck is wrong
I
with
hate
you?
pie. I don't care. I don't like
Dude, this
pie.
is America.
You're a cobbler.
This is
whore.
America. America was literally built on pies.
That's a fact.
The
Apple
main event.
pie.
The main event's the meal. You go hard on the meal. You don't even have room for dessert. You just open up your belt
This guy's
buckle.
eating green bean
sit and
casserole.
watch the
while
night
the rest
game.
of us are waiting for
I'm
the
letting you
pie.
know right now, okay? I'm a turkey guy. If you told me I can only choose one, the turkey for Thanksgiving or pies at the end, I'm taking the pies. I'll fill my plate on stuffing, sweet potatoes all day. You're not getting rid of the pies.
The only thing is
What's
I don't
your
like
favorite
pumpkin
pie?
pie.
My I bounce around. If I had it put on the button, it's not really, seasonal right now, but I'm a big key lime pie guy.
I'm a
Key lime pie, huh?
I
Key
flip
lime
back
pie
and
or
forth.
poontang pie.
I knew someone had to go there. It had to be you.
You like pie, Michael Cole?
I flip back and forth between cherry and apple. And
See,
every so
I'm
often, if I'm feeling a little bit saucy, I'll have a little coconut custard.
Do you hump the pie?
What?
American Pie reference.
Do you hump?
Showing your
can't
age.
you can't make American Pie references if you don't like pie, you sick bastard.
That's true.
Warm apple pie.
All right,
Listen, if you're going apple pie, you got to go
amazing. McDonald's even sells apple pies.
They
apple
do,
pie
they do.
a la mode. You got to throw a scoop of ice cream on there. Good to go. Little cool whip.
So what
Whip.
is when it comes to best Thanksgiving food? Then what is your number one you'd never could get rid of?
Turkey.
Really?
How could you get rid of it? It's not Thanksgiving if you're not eating turkey.
No, but I'm saying
You eat turkey one time a year. It's
But-
Thanksgiving. That's it. If you're not eating turkey, it's not Thanksgiving.
That's not the question though. I'm saying like for you, like what's your number one? Like when you go to the Thanksgiving table, you're like, I have to grab this. What is number one Thanksgiving food?
Homemade mashed potatoes.
You can eat fucking mashed potatoes on
Homemade
Monday.
mashed potatoes, baby.
Come on.
Drown in butter.
I'm a big mashed potato guy too. I go for
You got mashed potatoes on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'll even go crazy and say Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. You can only have turkey on Thanksgiving. That's it. The rest of the year, when you have turkey, it's in a sandwich.
The problem is if my grandmother decided to substitute a chicken for turkey this year, wouldn't care. Wouldn't change my life.
That's madness. That is madness.
So Nick, when you go to Thanksgiving table, you're like, I'm have to grab the turkey first.
I don't have to grab it first. There has to be a turkey there. Or what holiday are we celebrating?
No,
it's like
I know
going
what
to
you mean,
Christmas
but
and there's no tree.
But what's your favorite food for Thanksgiving? It's turkey.
Oh, my favorite food for
That's what I'm trying
Thanksgiving.
to say.
See, I don't think of it that way because what I do is I get my fork, get a little bit of turkey, a little stuffing, mashed potatoes, a little piece of cranberry, and it's all on one fork.
See, the sides make it for me. It's all about the sides. Everything
I'm
along
the sides too.
Yeah.
I even throw a little bit of sweet potato in there with my sister makes some good. Shout out to my sister Vanessa. She makes a good like sweet potatoes with the marshmallows and the cinnamon,
brown sugar,
caramelized sugar, real good stuff. Yeah. Oh man. Tomorrow.
But see, that's what I mean. My plate is portioned like 25-30% turkey, and everything else is sides. Load them up.
Yeah,
and a couple rolls on top, falling off the plate as I waddle over to the table.
Meredith said stuffing is hers.
No one asked.
No, you son of a bitch.
Where is she watching?
She's watching. Yeah.
Why is she commenting?
I don't know.
Tell her put it. in the
see, my question is,
she just heard you say that, so it'll be.
We just got one less viewer. It's just she just laughed. Put it in the comments, Meredith.
Little Debbie said peace.
See, I think it's unfair because we should be able to see Meredith. She might be right now looking at Nick going, stuffing.
She sent it in a text, you sick bastard.
Oh, God. Anyway. Well, I would say, I don't know. I'm the mashed potato guy. I even go for mashed sweet potatoes. That's good too.
Absolutely.
I only eat turkey when there's a ton of gravy on it.
Wait.
I agree.
Here's the question.
Yeah.
Jellied cranberries or not jelly? The other cranberries.
It has to look like a can, and otherwise I'm not eating it.
Yeah.
It has to look like a can, right?
Yes.
Has to look like a can.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Otherwise I'm not eating it. Don't even.
That's
You
delicious.
gotta be able to cut a nice slice out of it, like a slice of bologna.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
One time I tried to eat it when it wasn't Thanksgiving. It wasn't the same.
No.
It goes well with. That's like, if you don't have a rack of lamb in front of you, you're not gonna get the mint jelly coulis. If you just eat a bowl of that, you're an idiot.
Have you ever?
It doesn't work on anything.
Have you ever gotten the gobbler sandwich at Wawa?
No, but the gobbler bowl is where it's at.
Oh, that's true. I've gotten the gobbler sandwich once. It just falls out all over the place. Then I'm just
That's why you got to go bowl. That's why you got to go bowl. You ask for a piece of bread on the side, get the whole bowl. Oh man! And again, it's like 30% of that is turkey, and the rest is mashed potatoes, corn, cranberry sauce, gravy. Oh
yeah, it's good stuff. I'm with you. I'm all about.
I'm gonna make that Friends sandwich this year on Friday.
That's always a good move, though. That's always a good move. The moist maker.
You need the moist maker.
You threw it in the garbage
sandwich.
Still some left. Do we want to check the garbage?
So
you threw my sandwich in the garbage.
First of all, I always think the Friends, the Thanksgiving episodes are like that's their best episodes.
Yeah, it's like The Simpsons with the Treehouse of Horror.
Yes, exactly. I could watch all those Thanksgiving episodes and be completely.
My favorite one's when Joey eats the turkey by himself.
Yes, he pulls
at the end. He's sitting there and he's all fat, and he's like, "Oh, I couldn't eat another bite." And Monica's like, "Oh, that's a shame because I had this pumpkin pie." And he's like, "Oh, there's pie? Yeah, let me get a little piece." And she's like this, and he goes, "A little bit bigger." Like this, a little bit bigger. Like this, he goes, "What are you afraid you're gonna run out? Give me a real piece."
Yeah, that's I love the Friends.
Dude, anything involving pies, man. Friends again. When they spill the pie or cake or whatever it was on the floor, and Joey comes out with a fork, pulls it out of his shirt, and goes, "What are we eating?"
Yeah, well, that was cheesecake.
That was cheesecake. Yo, put some crust
on.
All right,
I have an unpopular opinion. I don't like pie. I just like desserts, to be honest with you.
You don't like ice cream either. It's too cold for your teeth.
No, I do like ice cream.
You hate friggin' dogs and freedom too, I bet.
No, I love dogs and I absolutely adore freedom. I love freedom. You kidding me?
I think it's the other way around. You adore dogs and you love freedom. Like, I don't think you can adore freedom.
That's the point. Anyway, so what about Thanksgiving traditions? I know we talked about the food for a little bit. Obviously, one of mine is watching the Friends episodes, Thanksgiving episodes. I like doing that. I used to watch Parade as a kid. I don't watch as much as I do as I got older because I used to do the football game with my friends. Which we couldn't do last year because of COVID. So I actually watched Thanksgiving Parade last year with my daughter, and she loved it, and she was dancing around. So maybe we'll watch again this year. But what about you guys? What is your big family tradition for Thanksgiving?
March of the Wooden Soldiers, man.
Yeah, absolutely. My father used to. My father, being city worker, moving up the ranks, used to always get primo tickets to go to the parade. And as a kid, we hated it. Okay, it is freezing cold.
It's cold,
and you just stand there forever. Okay, just nonstop. And this school band is coming out and playing, and it is not as fun when you're standing there freezing your ass off as it is being able to sit in your nice, warm, cozy house, throw a blanket on, make some hot cocoa. That's where it's at.
It's all about the cocoa.
So when somebody loses the Bart Simpson float or whatever it was, and it gets away and takes out a pole near Central Park and wipes out a whole bunch of people, you're not there. You don't have to watch the chaos. You just sit there and relax and go, all right, we'll turn this off. Oh, look, Goonies is on.
I used to go a lot when I was a kid too, because my dad was a police officer. So we used to get, primo spot.
Absolutely.
Sit right there and watch the parade. I used to love it.
I used to go to the Puerto Rican Day Parade, and then when I got older, I realized that it was just a ploy for the man to get us all in one location and go wild on us.
Brooks' dad was there.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man.
But what about Thanksgiving tradition, Nick? What do you got?
I told you I watched March of the Wooden Soldiers, and
Goonies, man. Goonies is up there.
With my family.
Argue with my family, yeah.
Fall asleep to the Lions game.
Yeah,
we stuffed, and there's just no reason to watch the Lions.
watch my horrible bets lose. Just sit there, lose money in front of the TV.
Yeah, that's what you get for gambling.
It is what you get for gambling on the lines, you know.
But that's rough. You can't yell at the TV because you're losing a bet in front of the family, because then it always brings up the one uncle that's like, you shouldn't be betting. It's like, dude, I know what I should and shouldn't be doing. Wouldn't you just shut the fuck up?
Well, the good thing
because I can't make the payments this month.
Yeah. Well, the thing is now it's legal, so like people are like, it's more accepting now. So like everyone's just yelling at the TV.
So when we go to Oregon and we're all on heroin, that's cool too, right?
Well,
depends who's driving.
That's different, but
I
get the point. I get.
It's legal now, so it's totally not like bad for you. Oh, it's totally bad for you. Like alcoholism.
Legality definitely opens the door to acceptance, though. I mean, let's not act like if a purge took place, we wouldn't be walking around outside right now with chainsaws and goalie masks, just fucking with somebody.
I got a goalie mask in my car right now with 3 baseball.
He's ready. You got to have a glove next to the baseball bat, or else, it's a felony.
I have ice skates.
Yeah, that's what you need. So moving on. I think it's pretty much it with Thanksgiving. But we were talking about this before. Obviously, Thanksgiving tradition is watching football. So let's get into it. Thanksgiving games tomorrow. You have the Lions, Bears.
This is an awful lineup.
Oh my.
Tigers.
You got the Cowboys versus the Raiders, and then you have Saints versus the Bills. So I don't know. I don't think it's the greatest slate of games, especially.
I feel like
they every week
they managed to get every team that has a propensity
for Thursday.
Dude, they tried to get every team that has a propensity to suck or be good on a weekly basis, a coin flip every week, together to play each other. So as bettors, you got to sit there and be like, okay, well, who's going to show up?
Yeah,
it's a problem. I'm literally staying away from every Thanksgiving game because I just don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I probably will bet on the Bears, and they'll probably let me down.
The only thing I would take is the Bills, because at some point they have to break out of this slump. I mean, other than getting a win against the Jets, they've been rough this past 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Yeah,
right. And I mean, that's just a tune-up game. That's all it is. Yeah, that's like when you bring in a local college to play, like, oh yeah, you're going to play against the pros, and they're going to wipe you up.
They beat Florida State, so shit happens.
Do you think they lose their bye week too? Because they had a bye week before this bad stretch. The bye week probably didn't really help them.
I don't think so.
Tough call.
Because who did they play before the Jets? Oh, the Jags. They played the Jags.
And they lost.
Yeah, and they lost.
Jags, they lost.
Embarrassed.
They destroyed the Jets, and then they got embarrassed last week against the Colts. So
yeah,
it's been a tough stretch for the Bills. I don't know. I think they bounced back. There's no Kamara. Kamara's already rolled out. They have Trevor Siemian, who's actually been pretty well as backup for Jameis Winston. So, I mean, I don't know. That game could go either way. I don't think it's a large spread, though, right? What was the spread before? Isn't it like 3.5 or something?
-6.
Yeah, spread is like razor thin. It's
what Bill Saints is -6.
Yeah,
it's pretty big. I actually might even take I would probably take the Saints if I'm going to bet on Thanksgiving. We just lost TJ.
Where'd he go?
TJ, I don't know. We lost him. While we wait for TJ to come back, as me next. So, I mean, I'm probably going with the Bears over the Lions, Cowboys over Raiders, and then I would take the Saints +6. I would even take the Cowboys in the spread as well. Here comes TJ back again.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah, it's all right. We were just figuring out what the bets would be. What the bets would be. I said I'm probably gonna do Bears -3, Cowboys -7.5, and then Saints +6. If I'm picking those games, I'm probably not. Actually, I am picking the Cowboys in my picks for this week, for week 12.
That's a bold strategy, Cotton. We'll see how it pans out for them.
Whenever I pick the large spreads, it never comes true. But I'm trusting the Cowboys at home.
See, I would go Raiders on that one. I would go Bills, Raiders, and the Bears. The Bears.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's how you got to say it. You can't just say the Bears. It's the Bears.
All right.
Bears. Oh, I'm having another heart attacks.
What are you guys thinking about the Thanksgiving games? I mean, are you going to tune in? You're going to bet?
They'll be on.
It'll be on in the background.
Yeah, background noise.
the Green Bay Mermen versus the I don't know, whatever Phoebe calls the other team.
Listen, I mean, tradition for us is usually say hello to everybody and then go outside and start throwing a football around until one of us accidentally lambastes the neighbor's car, and then we run inside. Then we start drinking.
Yeah, that's true.
By then the turkey's done, and somebody is very upset in the front yard. I mean, tradition is tradition.
That's what it's all about, right? That's what it's all about. All right, so I'm going to actually scratch my face because I'm itching so bad.
You could have easily went like that.
Dun, dun, dun.
That's cheating. Anyway, so now we're moving on. Let's get to it. Week 12 picks. TJ, where are we at?
All right. Going into week 12.
I don't want to hear this shit.
My man Rook sitting at top. 28 wins, 25 losses, and 1 push.
Let's go.
I am right behind Rook with 27 wins, 26 losses, and a push. And Nick is somewhere trailing, circling the drain at 24 wins and 30 losses.
All right, I just want to point out to everybody listening out there, I don't gamble on sports. You know why?
Because you lose.
And I don't have a problem like these two degenerate losers, all right? These two guys right here, right there, those two guys. Fucking degenerates, all right? I don't give a shit about this. And guess what? I'm still not wearing pajamas in fucking December.
Good thing I could do this. I could just mute him. He's making
nice. Listen, good. Keep him on mute. Keep him on mute. I'm telling you. I'm telling you right now. If he does not wear pajamas and he's the loser, okay,
I won't even show up. How about
he has to buy us both our dinner at Old Homestead.
I would say it's integrity too. Listen, we're doing this.
I don't have any because you know what? I was bullied into this shit. I didn't want to do it. You two degenerates peer pressured me. Okay,
there's no bullying.
Yeah,
there's no peer
pressure.
I was bullied into it. That's what you want to hear out of the United States Army.
I didn't want.
Yeah, I was bullied into it. I got forced into it. China came to my door and I said, "Sure, China, come on in."
An EO complaint against the both of you.
Oh please!
Oh God!
Stop your whining. Stop whining.
We're pajamas.
Pajamas.
Two degenerates over here.
Did you order your pajamas?
Dude, you agreed to the bet. Your honor is involved.
I didn't want to do it at all.
Your honor is involved.
Without this crap, dude.
If and when you get married, I will show up at the church balls ass naked.
Okay, and you'll be banned from a Catholic church for the rest of your life.
Wow.
I'm sure your wife will love that.
Actually, that wouldn't be the first time balls are exposed in a Catholic church.
That's true. I still got a boyish ass. I might get chased around the altar a little bit.
You can't.
I just got excommunicated and I don't give a fuck.
One less donation I got to make. All right.
Yeah, less money I give to the Catholic.
Dude, he's doing it. I don't want to hear this crap. He's doing it.
He has to.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Look at me. I'm not doing it. I'm not.
See, this is what bothers me because I literally bought a nice footy onesie pajama, a nice high quality one to bring down there. Just maybe if Nick was feeling down about it, if he happened to lose, because I might still lose. I don't know. I'm not great at picking winners. You know what I mean?
Yeah, me too. I could lose.
So I bought a nice onesie pajama. I would have worn out of solidarity for this guy, but you know what? He's going to be a crybaby.
That this week, like you guys sit there every week, like I really think I'm gonna pick the. You know what I do when I look at it? I go, this fucker guy might win. Yeah, they might win. And that's it. Like I'm not sitting there looking at it going, oh, I wonder what this guy did last week and fantasy points this. And I'm not doing none of that bullshit because I don't give a fuck.
Neither am I.
The other day, I'm sitting there going, oh, this guy needs to score 6 more points. I gotta hit. I don't give a shit about these other teams. I don't
do that at all. I don't play fantasy.
That's it. If my one team doesn't play well, I'm miserable during football season. Absolutely miserable. I hope every team collapses.
That's the point of betting.
I hope everybody on every team breaks their ACLs, and the Jets are the only team left standing. That's the only way they're ever going to win anything.
You're the only Jet fan that doesn't understand the point of betting. It's to keep you interested in the rest of the league because your team sucks.
I don't want to be interested. I don't want to root for other teams. I don't want to do that. I don't. I do.
I have
zero interest in it.
I love it because I love football. I love watching football, and it keeps me interested in every single game, and I love
it. Make me miserable. All right? I don't know why I watch sports anymore.
You know what? This kid is like kind of
top sports to watch.
He's bumming me out. He's like the guy that like sits there at a baseball game or a football game while you tailgate. Like, beer is really unnecessary. It has nothing to do with enjoyment. You don't have to drink. Thanks, guy.
I'm the guy at the tailgate that goes, you guys really can't fucking cook. Because
the only tailgate you've been to that I cooked, my man Vito brought a monster spread.
You specifically, all right?
Yeah, that's right.
I've been to many of a tailgate where I'll give you an example. I went to a tailgate where they boiled chicken wings in hot sauce and called them buffalo wings. Yeah,
some people are dumb,
right? That's disgusting.
Yeah, that's kind of gross.
Sounds awful. Listen, you know what? Now I got a bone to pick with you. All right, you want to talk shit about tailgating? Let me tell you a story, Rook. A story about us going straight to the porta potties before we walked into MetLife Stadium.
A story about a man named Lulu.
Okay, a little sauced up. First thing you got to do is relieve yourself. And I'm not a big fan of the porta potties. Pretty gross, especially any random porta potty in a parking lot in New Jersey. Not wanting to touch things. So I said, Nick, I'm not going to touch this doorknob to lock it. Do me a favor. Watch the door before nobody walks in. And you know how they have the toilet in front of you and then the urinal section to your left?
Of course.
That's for the men. So I'm using the urinal section. I'm turned to the side. And all of a sudden, the door swings wide open. I got about 2,000 people staring at my junk. And Nick goes, oh, wait, TJ's in there. And the girl standing there goes, oh, hi, TJ. And I'm like, get the fuck out.
Yeah, it's because you fucked up. You should have looked at her and went, hello.
No.
And also,
I gotta hide my shame, okay?
First of all, I mean, that happened to you, TJ. He did that to you, and he will not wear pajamas to a steakhouse. It's just unfair. He let you.
I didn't do anything to him. There was somebody coming from the other way, and I had to stop them. I'm sorry. I can't block two people, all right? It's Mekhi Becton out here freaking putting paws on. I'm Elijah Vera Tucker out here taking on two blockers at once. No, I can't.
You know what? To be fair, I did try to murder Nick in a porta potty at my bachelor party. So
you guys have a lot of porta potty stories.
A lot.
I went into the porta potty. I thought to myself, and it was a handicap porta potty. It wasn't even like a regular.
You got to set it up right. We were at my bachelor party on a golf course. Really nice golf course, Twisted Dunes
in Jersey.
Love that place.
And I go in a porta john. And I walk in and I go, this is a mistake. I'm on a bachelor party with TJ. And I don't even piss. I close the door. I turn around and I do one of these. I turn around and I go, and I open the door. And what do I see coming at me? A freaking golf cart, full speed. I jump out of the way and the golf cart goes through the door and gets wedged inside this handicap porta-john. Halfway in, halfway out.
That's amazing.
With this maniac behind the wheel.
That was a good day.
How many?
I was laughing too. I figured, you know what? It would make a great story if he was in a wheelchair for the rest of his life.
Jesus Christ. How many beers were you deep when you decided to drive a golf?
Not enough to make that a legitimate, reason to do it.
We were like on the 12th hole, something like that. We're on the back nine for sure.
I mean, listen, he made the mistake of going into a porta potty. He's like he didn't tip it over onto the door and just left it.
It would have been impossible. That thing was double wide. It's like the size of the room I'm in right now. That porta john was bigger than my half bathroom downstairs.
That was a nice porta john.
Well, let's get to it here, boys. All
right. So who's starting us off?
I'll go because mine are all going to be wrong anyway.
Let's let the guy who's in last go first, so we can just fade him.
Fade him. Oh, now he's getting stuck. I'm taking exactly what he's taking, so he can't gain a game on me.
Anyway,
that would be amazing.
I'm taking Tampa -3, Vikings +3, Chargers -2.5, Packers +1, Dolphins +2, and the Falcons and Jags. I'm taking the under 46.5.
Not a bad one. You're really good.
That was fast, man. I'm trying to write these down as we go. So Bucks -3, Vikings +3, Chargers -2.5,
Packers +1, Dolphins +2, Falcons and Jags under 46.5. That's the only one I'll hit is the Falcons and Jags under 46.5. I only hit the over under.
And I'll go next so TJ can write these down as well. But I guess here's the thing. I have a pick that's the same as Nick's, and I really don't know if I should do it.
I got two right now, so
fuck you both.
Not even on purpose.
I hate you both.
All right, here we go.
The kids grow up to be Devils fans.
I'm going to go Colts +3. I'm feeling the Jonathan Taylor big game. I got the Eagles -3.5 against my New York Giants, who are a shit show. I'm going to go, like I said before, I'm going to go Cowboys -7.5, I think, being home. The Raiders.
Wait, did you just pick the Eagles to beat your team?
Yes, because
this is why gambling is fucking wrong, because you just picked your team to lose. So on Sunday, you're going to be like, oh, I hope the Giants lose. Loser. Who does crap like that?
Pajamas.
I do it because the Giants are dog shit.
Gambler hope.
Now
I hope the Giants win. I never root for the Giants.
They deserve to lose
this week.
I want to pick. Okay, they deserve to lose.
Pathetic.
Yeah, Freddie Kitchens.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Continue rooting against your team.
All right, Cowboys minus 7.5. So not only am I rooting for the Eagles, I'm rooting for the Cowboys this week too.
You're just a bad person. That's it.
Just a bad Giants bad. And then I'm gonna go Ravens minus 3.5. And then this is the same one I have as Nick is +3 Vikings. So, but it's actually really impressive. I have to do over under still, but impressive is that Kirk Cousins, we make fun of him, Nick. We don't like him, but he only has 2 picks his entire year. I think he has like 21 touchdowns. So he's actually playing really well. Still sucks though.
He doesn't blow wind up my skirt. He's like the Chad Pennington of the Vikings.
Yeah, no one really cares about him. No one wants to talk about him. And then my over is going to be Steelers Bengals over 45. I did the over last time they played, and I just missed it. So I'm stupid. I'm going to do it again.
Over 45?
Again. Over 45, yes.
Fair enough. See, I'm still up in the air.
So if I go 6-0 here, do I like put enough space against me and Nick?
I think you do.
I do, right? I'm good. I'm in the clear.
I really think you do.
PJs. So. Nick's new nickname's going to be PJs.
Why? Because I'm from East New York and the projects are in East New York? Is that why?
No, because you wear pajamas.
Yeah, sure it is, white man.
I have TJ and PJ. TJ and PJ are on us today.
Call me PJ again. See what happens to you. I know where you live.
I'm kind of stuck. I got to make one more pick, and I don't know which.
You got to hurry up. We're live. Come on.
I know we're live.
We're running out of time. We got a guest waiting.
I say we go back to this guy later. He can come up with his.
No, I got it. You know what? I'm going to go against what I think should happen. But I'll go with it.
3, 2,
I'm going to go
1,
with. Shut your face. I'm going to go with Eagles minus 3.5, Bills minus 6, Vikings +3, the Chargers minus 2.5, Washington minus 1, and I'm going to go Titans Pats over 44.
All right, look at that with such conviction. I would take. I bet you Washington doesn't cover the 1 point.
See now the question is if they push on that game, does 2 pushes count as a win?
I mean, technically, in standing percentage-wise, it technically would.
Right?
Yeah.
So either way, I gain on Nick. Shut your face, Nick.
Nick's getting very heated.
By the way, I just want to say, recognize this, Nick?
I do. I have mine.
Yes.
I have mine. Yes. All right. So quick short story. Right before I deployed, 2 years ago almost.
Yeah.
Actually, it was probably like a week after now.
Yeah. It was cold out.
TJ calls me up, says, what are you doing Saturday? I said, nothing. He goes, I'll be at your house at 4:30 in the morning. Dress warm. You can't ask me where we're going, and we can't talk about it later. I said, whose car are we taking? Shows up at my house, and him and his pop take me up to Cooperstown to the Baseball Hall of Fame. I feel a little stupid though because I wore Florida State gear. It was a Saturday, and I should have wore Yankee gear. I didn't know where we were going, but we went up to Cooperstown, and we had a phenomenal, one of my favorite days of my 34 years on the earth. Going to Cooperstown is always a special time. Going up with TJ and Big Tom was a great time. And what he showed me just now is we went to Cooperstown distillery, and that is a toothpick with a baseball on the end of it to hold olives.
Yeah, olives, your lime.
Yeah,
anything like that. But yeah, I mean,
we like drawn baseball.
We all thought it was awesome. Even my father, who's not a big drink guy, was like, "That is really cool." So we asked for a bunch of them. And we took them.
Yeah, I got mine downstairs over in my my liquor cabinet.
Yeah,
I accidentally broke one of the ones I had. I only have this one left because I broke one of the ones I had trying to open up my bathroom door because my son locked it and then closed it and thought it was funny and ran away. So I needed something to get into the door thing. Yeah, of course. He is my son, so I was mad at the time, but like I laughed about it later. Told my wife I respected him for it.
All right. Well,
so I broke it trying to open the door. Now I'm down to this last one. And worst case scenario, this one breaks. Back to Cooperstown.
Make a trip.
Papa Dukes, get ready.
All right. Well, now we're time for our guests. We're going to talk about a couple of New York sports, and we're bringing them on to discuss the New York Rangers, who just won against the Islanders. He just showed this one. This was his comment: "Dirty headhunting hit by Isles on Lindgren," and then we also have that he's going to pick a bone. He has a bone to pick with us. So that's his other comment there. Yeah, I say bring it. All right, everyone,
get on the back of the bus. Manalpin's up in the front.
Everyone, welcome Joe Sokoa. Joe,
what's up, fellas?
What's up, pal?
That's a great hat, by the way. Brooklyn Aviators in the house.
Yeah,
he better be careful. If he has a real bone to pick with us, he's gonna get muted. He's gonna get the
no. Listen, time out. Before he picks that bone, let's talk about that Rangers win and the role that they are on a tear, my friend.
We could stick with the Rangers stuff. I'm not gonna bring it up on your air. I don't need to ruffle feathers with your newly acquainted partner that you guys have. But it's funny. I think TJ, I think you've been kind of like looking at some of the Twitter responses I've been dealing with probably the last day or so.
Yup.
From real
salty Islander fans.
Troll
Very salty.
Islander fans. Yeah, troll Islander fans. And it's so funny because somebody literally, I don't know if anybody knows on Twitter, Chris Botta, he was a big writer. He wrote for the Islanders. He's got a bunch of long outstanding credentials and stuff like that. And he's like still complaining after this game. Let's put this out there. Did the NHL absolutely screw up by not postponing this game? Yeah, probably. There's a very good chance that, yes, this was not the smartest decision by the league, especially, a week after you had to do basically the same thing with the Ottawa Senators. And granted, the Ottawa Senators had more players. They had up to 10 players, while the Islanders have 7. But the fact that you're still complaining about it after the game, like after the fact, you can't change the result of what happened tonight. You just got to hope that maybe the league takes this into serious consideration, that they're hearing this backlash, and basically, be smart for, Sunday and possibly going forward for the New York Islanders. But So he felt the need to then throw a dig at me saying, good luck in your growing sportscasting career. I said, if it makes you feel better that you wanted to come and challenge my career because I basically said, stop complaining after the fact and still defended your argument, then more power to you. But a win's a win at this point.
Absolutely.
2 points.
Listen, I think they're salty. I think their record makes them salty. I think they thought they were coming into the season, they were going to just go on a tear, and they have not. I think that anybody that thinks this wasn't done with the consideration of the owners at hand, that was a pretty damn near sold out crowd at IBS. You have Ranger fans traveling, you have Islander fans there. Okay. And what happens when you postpone a game or reschedule a game? You lose a bunch of people in that stadium. It happens every time. I think that they knew that they were making money that night either way, so that might have played a role in it. And if anybody thinks that the almighty dollar doesn't play a role in things, you're an idiot.
Of course.
But yeah, they're down 7 players. That's all well and good. If they want to take their frustrations out on their subpar play so far this season on Ranger fans, bring it. Have a good time. Okay, because you know what? We had everything to lose tonight. We knew if the Rangers played subpar, we were going to get shit on. Absolutely shit on. If we lost tonight, it was just going to be an out-and-out, nonstop attack by Islander fans. Oh, we haven't had these players in, and you guys suck.
You know what's so funny is that how quickly they'll, scour if the shoe is on the other foot. You know damn well, while the Islanders have had the success the last few seasons going on, what is it, 2 straight trips to the Eastern Conference Finals, and the Rangers basically being in rebuild mode.
Right.
Of course, the Islander fans were relishing in it. Of course they were. The Rangers were successful for what? 9 straight seasons after the lockout in 2004, 2005. So,
yep.
They come out, they win. They're winning hockey games. They aren't pretty by any means. We make fun of Larry Brooks of the New York Post, but Yeah, the Rangers have a very good record to start the season, but the rest of the division is playing very well. So you have to pile up these points. The Rangers do have some things to work on.
Absolutely. And
there is a lot of things
it doesn't help that
right now.
We're losing people like Sammy Blais to Slewfoot and Subban. You know what I mean? A major key in the Rangers grinded out offense.
And the Rangers are scouring the market.
Sounds like an 80s toy.
Yeah.
Slewfoot and Subban sounds like a t-shirt.
PK Subban with Slewfoot in action.
And the Rangers are scouring the market for a top 6 forward to kind of replace Sammy Blais, because that you can only go so much with using, scratchy type guys on that bottom 6, group. So you want to fill that void, because Sammy Blais, he brought a physical presence to that lineup, but he also showed that he could put the puck in the back of the net and get those dirty goals.
Hard nose, goes after the puck, gets involved in every play, and I think without a doubt playing above his pay grade. And that's that type of player you build a team on, is people that are playing above their pay grade. And you're getting the most out of them for the least amount of money. You can't beat that. I mean, look what the Rangers have. Capo Caco, great pickup, but right now Lafreniere is still lost. I mean, we have a first round pick, and we can't get somebody like a Connor McDavid. That's just the luck of the draw. And I'm not trying to say that Lafreniere might not be something special, but we don't have that standout guy. And even when we do try to pay for a standout guy, what do you get? A Rick Nash? How well did that work out for us? Well, we paid for a Chris Drury.
I have a response for you, but you got your show producer over there in the upper left of the corner, giving me a short amount of time to talk Rangers. Meanwhile, my segment started a little bit late, but I guess I'll shorten up the version for you.
Absolutely not. Roll with it.
This is also just for we had our pre-set up. What it's supposed to be about New York sports, not just Rangers. So we're giving you a lot more leeway here with the Rangers, but
there is no other team in New York right now other than the Rangers.
A solid 5 minutes, great. Just like ESPN now, not a lot of hockey.
You started at 10:37, so I'll give you the extra 2 minutes. So
Joe, he doesn't make the decision. He doesn't have a say in this. You keep rolling.
I'm good with it too. I'm good.
We'll keep it going. We'll keep it going, Joe.
My whole thing is that with Lafreniere, and I know that Gerard Gallant in I don't know if it was a pregame or if it was just a day of practice where, Molly Walker, who I think is probably by far the better of the post writers over Larry Brooks at this point, had been writing about the fact that, TJ, what you just brought up, like these young kids who have been high draft picks that are turning into, potential busts or whatnot because they can't get themselves going. And, Gallant basically responded. And then he finally snapped at her in a press conference, and I kind of agreed with him, because at the end of the day, remember, the kid's 19 years old. Okay, his first season in the National Hockey League was a COVID impacted bubble-like atmosphere. That would be tough for anybody. It was tough for the veteran guys. You don't think it was going to be tough for these rookies coming in? And then, of course, you have basically, he's now coming into his first full season at the age of 19. And I think that's something we forget. I got to tell you guys, though, I mean, I know you guys were in the middle of the show while the game was ending, but I mentioned it. JG Pageau, obviously at this point, it's a 4-1 Islanders are losing, and decides to go headhunting. And he puts a blatant shoulder on head contact with Ryan Lindgren, who went down, went to the bench, seemed to be a little dazed and confused, had to go to the locker room. No penalty on the play. And the Rangers are not going to deal with that stuff. And I have to say, Lafreniere dropped the gloves with Pageau, because Pageau took him down on another cheap little trip, and Pageau and him went at one another. So, look, I understand what you're saying, TJ, that, you look at teams that, I feel like Connor McDavid is, again, those once-in-a-lifetime players where, you get a Sidney Crosby, and then you got to wait a few years, and then there's a Connor McDavid. So I still think we're in that, middle of the pack thing before that next big talent comes up. Like a Connor McDavid, I would just be a little bit more patient with a kid
I agree with you.
Look at Kako. He's finally coming around.
Right. See, I'm not writing off Lafreniere yet. It just, when you look at a Connor McDavid, there's a huge gap there. And I'm not trying to say the Rangers don't have that all-star, because Panarin is a top 5 goal scorer in the league. And right now, Chris Kreider might be the best deflection man in the league, hands down. That guy lives in front of the net. He plants himself there. He doesn't get moved, and that stick always seems to find the puck, and that puck finds the back of the net, and I love it. I have no problem waiting on Lafreniere. It's just as the typical pessimistic fan, you want to see results early, and it seems like there's almost
because
a stalling on his development.
But you also got to take it to consideration. This is the largest media market in the world.
Yeah.
Playing in Edmonton and being successful there isn't not like playing in New York and being unsuccessful.
Well, it depends on who you talk to.
McDavid.
Yeah, I agree, because in Canada, it's hockey and nothing else.
I understand that in Canada it's hockey.
It's stressful.
Listen, I understand that in Canada hockey is religion. I get that. But Canada as a country has like a population the size of New York and LA put together.
It doesn't matter where in the US it's baseball, it's football, okay, it's basketball. Sports is pretty spread out. It's hockey there.
Look at the pressure Toronto is under year in and year out, and look at what happens.
But Toronto is their biggest city also.
They are under a tremendous amount of pressure to win because of the product that they have on the ice, because of the superstars that they have brought there, so it's
listen, Sidney Crosby was getting attention when he was like 12, 13 years old. He was like how we were looking at Bryce Harper coming up in Little League. I mean, the weight that Canada as a country puts on hockey is massive. So I understand what you're saying, the New York market. I think that's a fair point, because we are upfront and in your face about it. If you're not doing good, that 87-year-old grandma in the stands will tell you suck to your face. Okay, I agree with you, but there is definite pressure for hockey in Canada.
I'm not saying there isn't. There's pressure always in every profession.
Yeah.
I'm just saying is being successful in New York is not like being successful in Saskatchewan.
No, that I could agree with there. But to even come full circle with this is, I think these kids are starting to move up. Hedel has been more noticeable, even from his, after the injury stint. Kako has extended his point streak to 5 straight games. So I feel like things are going to come along here. And I honestly believe the scrap at the end of the game, even though it wasn't much, what Lafreniere did, and the fact that he was getting praise from his teammates as he's skating off, like guys,
you love to see it.
To him, I feel as if that is going to be
it means something.
It could be something for him, maybe to get him going. Listen, I think he's been working really good below the hash marks. And the fact that, he's working hard down there, and he might not be putting the puck in the back of the net. He's creating plays, and, that's all you can ask for. But what I was saying, though, is that, again, the Rangers are racking up the points in a very tough division. They have to keep doing so. And, but at the same time, we know that there needs to be improvement. There needs to be improvement. And think about this. Kevin Rooney, who scored 2 goals tonight, now has more goals than Mika Zibanejad, Artemi Panarin, Adam Fox. They all have 4, and Adam Fox. They all have 4. Kevin Rooney has 5. So can you imagine if
lost TJ again?
Can you imagine if Zibanejad and Panarin actually get going?
But isn't that the mark of a good team, though, when you do spread out the love?
Ooh. Sorry, boys, I got booted out.
100%. It is great when you get that depth scoring, but when it comes to it, like, that depth scoring is only going to, get you so much, maybe 1 or 2 goals when you need that clear separation. So these guys need to start performing, because in order to be a playoff team, your top players have to perform and put up the numbers.
I just want them to play better in Canada.
I'll tell you right now,
their road record's been great this year.
Oh yeah. Number 1, I am head over heels loving how Trouba's playing and how he's stepping up. I absolutely love it. Big guy, not afraid to take the body, getting involved on the boards. Love to see it. I think the thing the Rangers need to improve on, I think Gorgiev cannot be your backup, because he is not a solid backup.
We need a better backup.
He's not reliable. If it goes to a shootout, if we're lucky enough to get to a shootout with him, you're losing. Okay. I don't know if it's that he can't he can't be a once every 5 or 6 game goalie. Maybe he needs to play constantly to be good. I don't know what it is, but I feel like he is the main issue that they have to address first.
Breakaway right now, and also I don't know if it counts, but I've touched my face a couple of times. I'm paying attention to your beer, your drinking game.
You have the drink. I'm almost out because I keep touching my face. I can't take it. It's really bad.
But it's always good to talk Rangers hockey with you fellas.
Yeah,
love it.
Always is. Sorry, we don't have a lot of time.
It's all good. See, I wrapped it up for you. See that? That's how you do it. In the radio business. That's how it's done.
The gentleman.
I gave it to TJ. I wanted to see if TJ could do it. I was testing him.
Is that why I got booted out of the podcast, the live feed? Was that you controlling it?
No, I did not boot anyone out.
You're a liar.
No, your internet sucks, T. That's what the issue is.
Yeah, that's
true.
What it is.
I don't pay my bills. What do you want from me?
Yeah. Well, Joe, we appreciate you coming on. You can hang around. We're gonna talk quick state of how bad New York sports is, and then we're gonna go into our phone call. So you might actually like the phone call. So you can hang around if you want.
Okay.
All right. So moving on. I don't know if you guys were able to watch the Knicks game last night.
I heard it was the worst third quarter in the history of third quarters.
It was pretty bad. I mean, the Knicks had like a 25-point lead, and it got completely erased. And then, who I absolutely love, Emmanuel Quickly, he takes over in the fourth quarter and boosts the Knicks to get to that win. Carmelo Anthony came back. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to watch the whole game, but I didn't actually see if he got an ovation or not. I don't know if anyone see if he did or no.
I didn't watch the game.
I don't watch basketball.
Yeah, I know you don't. But yeah, I mean, it was cool seeing. I mean, it's weird seeing Melo in a Lakers jersey, but it's just cool for him to come back. And I think just for his career, like being the number one guy in New York all that time, and then going to Thunder, going to the Rockets, and then finally now he found that reserve role in Portland, and that's just carrying over into the Lakers. I think he was a big part of that Lakers comeback yesterday too, as well. So, I mean, Carmelo Anthony, just seen him go from this top tier guy, taking a step back, humbling himself, and being this amazing reserve player off the bench. I mean, I can't. I have so much more respect for someone like Carmelo Anthony than say how I would about LeBron James. But LeBron James is still amazing. But speaking of LeBron James now, I know you guys seen it.
I talked about it a lot.
Don't get me started on LeBron.
Yeah, that backhand to Isaiah Stewart.
I then tried to play it off like it was nothing.
The first time I saw it, I could have sworn he turned his hand this way and clawed at the guy's face.
Well, that's where the guy was bleeding.
Yeah.
Like,
I love how the excuse immediately is, LeBron turned to him and said, "Oh, sorry." Like, come on, that's a played up for the ref. Listen, I've done that. Nick watched me do that in a men's league baseball game where some kid was just talking shit and stealing bases, and our pitcher wasn't looking him back. And finally, there was a pickoff play, and I saw my opportunity, scooped the ball up in the dirt, and I knocked this kid's helmet off. I blasted him in the head, and the ump looked at me and goes, "Oh man, you just like wiped out his face." I was like, "Oh, sorry."
And did you see that LeBron only got one game? And the player from the Pistons got two.
That pissed me off. And they're saying it because of after the altercation, like running through security, running through the officials. But he bloodied the guy. His eyes completely bleeding.
The long and short of it
is,
I have to say though, if you I'm sorry, if you didn't see either the TikTok or one of the videos of that whole thing, I think the best thing that they've dubbed over was Jim Ross saying, "Oh my God, it's Stone Cold!" Like when he started running to go through security to get to LeBron. Like,
you know, the biggest problem with that whole thing is the biggest problem with that whole thing is if he doesn't have that reaction, LeBron doesn't even get ejected from the game.
I agree.
Yeah, I don't think so.
That's the issue. That's the issue. If he doesn't react the way that he did, LeBron stays in the game. It's just a foul. That's all it's going to be.
Hold up, though. They did immediately, though, when that happened, the ref immediately blew the whistle. So I almost felt like that it potentially could have been a flagrant.
That's fine, but he's not going to get ejected, and he's not getting suspended.
No,
probably not. Because it became bigger than what it was, they had to suspend him. But he should have got suspended for 5 games if you're going to suspend I don't know why.
But you know what that is, though?
They call him beefcake or something like that.
It's beautiful because
Stewart.
It's beautiful because he can get his game rest in, because he's got to rest every once in a while because a lot of these players need to get a game off, paying hundreds of millions of dollars. They need a game off. They can't even have the, stamina to go a complete season like a professional athlete should.
Well, I like
that's what fans want to hear, that when they pay full price to go see a game, that LeBron's not playing.
I also like because the Knicks were able to win that game when I don't think they win it if LeBron's playing. Because Russ Westbrook had a triple-double. Like I said, Carmelo, they blew that big lead already. And then if LeBron was in that game, I don't know. I don't think the Knicks win last night. So
why not? The Lakers lose all the time anyway these days.
No, they're not that good. But I think the Knicks are. I honestly, as a Knicks fan, I know they've improved, but like right now, I don't think they're just not gelling right now. I think once they start gelling, they'll be a little bit better. Same thing how last year they were decent all year long. Once the All-Star break occurred, they started getting hot and they were winning games. They won like 11, 13 straight, something like that. I think the same thing's going to happen this year again. As the Knicks are going to get hot once they all start gelling, getting used to each other with Kemba, Fournier, and Randall, just all their games mixed together, mesh better. I think you'll see a better second half from the New York Knicks than you did, what you're seeing right now. So
I look forward to hopefully seeing LeBron cry about a playing game again, because that was nice.
That's always fun to see LeBron. That's why I switched the banner there to LeBron sucks. So I think we're going to do Giants Jets, but I think we're running a little long here. And I think with Giants Jets, we both know they suck. Giants fired Jason Garrett. They think that's going to fix the problem. It's probably not.
Do we still have to call him coach?
No, as I think TJ tweeted it, Jason currently unemployed. Garrett is his new
I saw that and I immediately thought of that scene from Friends where he's like, it's gonna be a lean Christmas at the Dragon House this year. Lean.
Yeah.
Gonna be a lean Christmas at the Garrett house.
The only thing I want to touch on real quick with the New York sports sucking right now is how great is it watching no one give a flying F about Mike Francesa versus Noah Syndergaard on Twitter. It's like, dude, no one cares. No one cares. Like, dude, no
body bag.
What's that?
You said you put him in a body. Who put who in a body?
Oh,
bag?
Noah put Francesa.
Oh, he did. Oh, you're still alive?
Yeah, he literally put him in a body bag.
See, but you know what? Honestly, and I'm not a big Mike Francesa guy, but I respect him. I respect what he is to New York sports and sports radio. Okay, and Noah, you didn't have a good impact in New York, and you played for the Mets. So, I mean, you're going to be known for the dude that was on one episode of Game of Thrones in the background.
And died.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. No one cares.
I'll tell you what, though. I can't stand Mike Francesa. Mike Francesa is the talk show host that you call into a show with a differing opinion. Not necessarily wrong, right? Because opinions can't be right or wrong. A differing opinion. And he'll be like, hang up. You don't know what you're talking about because you didn't agree with me. Like, you're a fucking douchebag. Fuck Mike Francesa, okay?
So I do like Francesa. I have an autograph of him in my home office.
Shame on you.
But yeah, I mean,
I got my mailman's autograph. Worth about the same.
Oh, I love Mike Francesa. But
the only thing good about Mike Francesa, I'll give you this, is T, do you remember the game that we played where who was it? Carton did an impression of JJ meeting Francesa?
Yeah,
that's pretty.
And he's doing the and the impression he did of our friend John Jastrzemski, who's on Spotify, was phenomenal. And John shows up to the game, and we call John Yaz because you meet John, his last name is Jastrzemski, and he'll say, "My name is John Jastrzemski," like Carl Yastrzemski, but with a J. So we go, okay, right on, Yaz. So Yaz shows up, and we go, so Yaz, what are the odds on the cockfights tonight? Because that was one of the things. Oh, I gamble on everything. Cockfights, horses, everything.
All right, well, since we're running long, it's now we're getting to our segment where Mr. TJ loves doing this. He loves the phone calls that come in. So there's a number. I mean, we have the number up. If anyone wants to call in right now, you can. But TJ, what we got in the voicemails, man? Let's go into it.
Let me get right into it. Hold on 1 second. Let me pull it up.
I hope Tony's back. We gotta be kind of quick here too, because we run a little over, but maybe about 5 more minutes.
All right, let me get into them.
Dial that number 609-795-1391.
Be dialing. Be dialing.
Tell us you love us. Tell us you hate us. Tell us anything.
All right, we got
That's a pretty good drop for you right there with that number. The way you just gave that out, you sounded like a real, true radio DJ there.
Shit.
That's because he is.
No, you have
All
to
right.
actually play music to be a DJ.
This is our first one. It's caller didn't leave his name. Let's break it down. I believe this is Matt, right? You said it was Matt?
Yeah, I think it was Matt. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Terrible voicemail. First off, like, seem excited that people are calling for you. Sound like I called the fucking dentist office. Jesus Christ. I didn't want to even ask my question now. My God. All right. My question for you is, give an honest and accurate preview of
What the fuck?
Week 12.
Say it
For the Brass
today,
Apple.
Junior.
Lots on the line. 3 big
Wait,
Thanksgiving
cut
games.
it. Is he asking us to break down his fantasy league?
Yeah, it appears that way.
Was he saying the voicemail calling was terrible, or that voicemail was terrible?
The voice.
I believe it's the voicemail message answering machine that you left.
He sounds like William Shatner. He's like,
I was thinking
What?
the same thing. I was like, he sounds like either William Shatner or the kid that plays RZA on Wu-Tang in American Saga. So, let me tell you about Wu-Tang Clan.
There's something on the wing.
Yeah.
Some thing is on the wing.
And then
The
he wants to
dramatic
break down
effect
his.
was not there.
He wants
He
us to
was
break down
smelling a
a
lot of fart
fantasy
acting.
league. He wants to break down a fantasy league. No one gives a fuck about it.
All right, so we're scrapping that. Scrapping him. He's out.
Yeah, I don't know. What are we supposed to talk about? His fantasy league. No one else knows the fantasy league besides me and the people who are in the fantasy league.
All right, so let's move on to our next caller. Our next caller is Chewbacca from Kashyyyk.
You guys really set yourself up for this one.
Okay, you know what?
That shit was offensive. Okay,
No.
you can't get away with saying that.
We can't put that on.
Listen. You know what? Don't be offended by the use of Nerf herder if you are one. Okay, it's not offensive, so settle down. But I think Chewbacca made a great point. I think right now with New York sports where they're at, I think the only team to watch is the New York Rangers. And
He's not wrong.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong.
Use that
but
language.
Pretty bad.
He can't
No.
listen. I get it. I feel the same way about Islanders fans. I do, but you can't call them that. Not on YouTube. Like we're gonna get in trouble.
So
No,
did he have to
listen,
say the
we'll-
thing about my mother. Sorry,
no. That's you're missing the dialect.
Did you even touch on the fact, because it's so interesting that Chewy brought that up, because did you see the whole thing today with Steve Cohen on Twitter?
I did.
And how that, he really thought that Steven Matz was coming back to the Mets, that apparently it was Matz's agent. So he basically tried to spin it around. He was so bitter because he probably woke up after finding out in the middle of the night that Steven Matz signed with the Cardinals instead of the Mets.
A competent organization.
He decided to go on a little Twitter rant
Yeah.
and basically, say, well, this is just highly unprofessional. So I'm going to pull up the quote in what he said. He goes, "I'm not happy this morning. I've never seen such unprofessional behavior exhibited by a player's agent. I guess words and promises don't matter."
He's been an owner for about 25 minutes. He's got plenty of time to see some more unprofessional behavior.
Yeah.
This comes from the guy
So
who got fined billions from the SEC. But
Yeah, right.
The other thing is then what happens is the agent for Steven Matz naturally comes out and takes the high road. He goes, "We are aware of Mr. Cohen's tweet. It's unfortunate that he chose to take his frustrations to Twitter. I will not do the same. Instead, we will take the high road, which is consistent with both my character and the character of our client. Steven Matz grew up a Mets fan, loved his time there, and continues to invest in the New York community through his efforts supporting New York's first responders. As a result of that, there was a strong pull to return to the Mets, but ultimately he made the decision he felt was best for him and his family." And, basically said he's always grateful for the New York Mets and the organization. But so it's just so interesting. You have an owner that's coming out, which is almost like now the modern day George Steinbrenner, because you're doing it on Twitter now. You're doing it on social media platforms instead of like right out media like Steinbrenner did it. So
Man, Chewy said a mouthful in that little 30 second.
Did.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, so what you're saying is Matt's
how bad New York teams are.
Right. Well, I mean, what you're saying is Matt's and his agent acted like professional adults. They put their big boy pants on and didn't cry and bitch and moan on Twitter about contract negotiations. What normal owners wouldn't do.
Yeah, but hold on a second. Let's just say, for argument's sake, though, that he did, like, his agent was the one that pursued the Mets, because that's the way Cohen turned it, is that his agent wanted to contact the Mets because there was possibly discussion between Mets and his agent saying, let's maybe see possible reunion with the Mets. So let's say that happens. So, I mean, where do you draw that line? Where's that ethical line, of you're going to have these conversations and then you're going to kind of lead this team on as like, and you're going to say it. Like, I know it's different when it's verbal. I mean, Rook, you're the lawyer here. Like, it's different when it's verbal than you actually sign on the dotted line.
I think honestly, though, this happens all the time, though.
Anyone could do that. That happens all the time. The fact that he's complaining about it, I think Cohen's being a little bitch.
So I think what ultimately happened was the Mets put an offer on the table. Matt's agent said, I'll get back to you, and didn't get back to them.
Yes, basically.
That's what came down to.
Happens all the time.
That's not unprofessional. That's business. If I was Matt's agent, I would have said, I'm going to take the high road, and it leads to St. Louis.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm moving on.
All right.
Give me the next voicemail. Show it to me.
Is this
the
Tony?
Next voicemail? This is Tony from New Jersey.
There we go. That's my boy.
Yeah, this is Tony from New Jersey. Happy Thanksgiving. This time of year, I'm very, very thankful for the people like your friend on the show, Nick, who can't pick a fucking winning team to save his life.
Fuck you.
People like him make me a lot of money. So, Nick, I know there's a bet involved. Somebody's got to wear some fucking floaty pajamas or something down to Atlantic City. I think this kid needs to wear a fucking dress. That's how bad this kid's picks up. But you know what? He's making me a lot of fucking money. So you come down to the Bada Bing, and we'll get you the VIP treatment.
Ooh.
Just leave your fucking floaty pajamas at home, all right?
I mean, Tony from New Jersey, he's the pulse of the people at this point.
He is incredible.
I'm not gonna lie.
It seems like if you don't listen to him, he might have to get a couple of friends down to take care of some business.
Yeah. Next time he talks to me, try not to choke on some fucking gabagool.
Capicola.
Yeah, I know it's Capicola. All right. Unlike the fake Staten Italians and fucking soprano wannabe Jersey. It's
all right. Well,
all right. This is we got two more. This is Vic. Oh, it's not playing.
All right, that was good.
Yeah, hello. This is Vic. Just, I was just wondering, maybe as a Thanksgiving wish, maybe one of you guys, maybe that guy Rook, just turn around and lean over, kind of look into the camera and smile. That would make me very happy. Just turn around a little bit. Bend over, touch your toes.
Jesus Christ.
I religiously watch your program.
This is correct.
And you boys make me just so damn happy. All sorts of feelings in the downstairs area. So please, God. Mr. Rook, just turn around, touch them toes for me.
I mean, Rook, you don't want to. You don't want to.
I'm not going to oblige. I'm not going to.
Come on, it's Vic.
Do you think he wants to see my toes? He's probably like a Rex Ryan foot.
No, he said he wants you to bend over and touch your toes.
Yeah.
While you look back and smile like this.
Jesus.
Well, if he likes toes, Aaron Rodgers just showed his toes.
I saw that. That was great.
So maybe he'll get off to that one. But I'm not going to oblige. I'm sorry, Vic. I am not going to degrade myself.
Vic, reach out to me, DM me on Twitter. I can get you those pictures.
I do have an
fair price.
I have OnlyFans $4.99 a month.
All right, this last call's actually kind of weird. I think it was supposed to go to Nick personally, but it came to us.
You got the wrong number, I guess.
Hello, this is Howard from Pajamas R Us. Nick, we have your order in. The crotch has been removed from those pajamas. Extra Ruby like you requested. Easy access. You can come and pick them up anytime. Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Nick, why would you give the wrong number?
Who the fuck gets pajamas at 7 a.m.?
I mean, listen, who gets pajamas with the crotch cut out?
There was a rumor. I don't know. Rook might know this, but there was a rumor that a celebrity from Quahog had left a message, but I guess it didn't make its way to the voicemail box.
Well,
We got one
That was last week, my friend.
apparently Joe Sacco doesn't watch the fucking podcast.
Oh, you did it last week?
We got one last week from Quahog.
Oh,
Yes.
that's good.
Joe's
Yes.
getting muted. All right, Joe's
We
muted.
thought we thought our friend Stewie.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My wife has been dealing with COVID while pregnant. I'm sorry that I didn't get a chance to listen to your podcast last week. There's other things going on.
Way to make us all feel bad, Joe.
I have to go
Hope
back.
it feels better soon. Hope everyone's okay,
Yeah,
and hope everyone's doing well, and you're doing well, and
taking
your
care of
wife
her.
is-
I've tested negative 3 straight tests, so I'm taking care of her.
I'm not gonna
Nice.
lie. You know what really helps kick COVID's ass? Scotch.
Or weed.
Yeah, been talking to our friend
She's also
Stewie from Quahog.
Pregnant.
Or
she's
weed.
also pregnant though.
Or weed.
Sweet
Once
sticky
again,
weed.
pregnant.
Yeah, she can't have
Purple.
scotch.
What's your name? Purple Sticky Punch.
She can't have scotch. I wish she could. She probably wishes she could right now, but she can't.
Yeah, well, here we go, I guess, boys. I think that's the last voicemail. So we did go a little long here, but as always, this was fun. Joe, thanks for joining us for the second half of the podcast. But I think that's pretty much everything for today. We covered as much as we can. It was fun going over Thanksgiving, and you know what? I'm thankful, boys. I'm thankful for you guys.
Stop!
that's so
You're making
sweet.
me blush.
Yeah,
I gotta
thankful
ask you a
for guys.
question though before we leave.
It better be quick.
Are the Yankees gonna sign anybody before this work stoppage deadline?
No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. He's
Yeah, Brett
trying to
Gardner.
bait you into Brett Gardner. You're gonna do a
Oh,
shot.
They're gonna sign Brett Gardner.
All right, Joe. We're gonna say goodbye, Joe. Then we're gonna finish the podcast. So it was great. Thanks
Later,
for joining
guys.
us again.
Yeah, Joe, happy Thanksgiving, brother.
You too.
Happy Thanksgiving, handsome fella.
You too.
All right, see you later. All right, boys. That was a fun first live show, streamed on YouTube and on the Belly Up Sports Facebook page. So anyone who's watching, if you guys do a rewatch here, just leave comments below. We'll feel free to answer those. We also have the number in the corner, so go ahead and give us a call. And Nick, take us home.
So I just want to thank everybody for being here with us. A happy Thanksgiving, fruitful, multiply. Hopefully your football team wins tomorrow, except if you're Anthony or TJ. Hopefully your football team loses. Shame on Anthony for rooting for teams that are in the same division as the Giants and rooting against the Giants.
Not going to the
Fake
bathroom.
fan that he is. But from all of us here at the Scoreboard Addicts podcast, we thank you for being with us. Have a great night.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.